Welcome back to Abid Podcast. You did everything and still you got screwed by your client. I worked overtime. I lowered my prices. I gave them an extra on scope of work that we initially agreed on. I said yes to every revisions that they have asked for me to do. Every little saying that can you do just this. And in the end, I get ghosted. I have not even been paid fully as agreed on, and the blame is me. And then I have been blocked. I have been never got the contract again, and I have not been in touch again with them. This is not a rant. This is the moment I realize people pleasing, it does not pay you. I want you to hear this before you bend over next time for the wrong client next time. So how it is started. The client seemed cool at that moment. They are a consultancy company that subcontracts their services into to other corporates allocating specialists as a contract for project base or specific time period. They also serve government sector and semi-government sector. So basically the business model is an HR allocation or HR expert allocation business, and that business model have made us excited at that time, because it was one of the first project that we have started with, and the complexity and the diversity of scope of work on that project, it was really exciting for us, because we will experience two different type of copywriting that we can deploy in such a project like this, plus the digital marketing campaign and strategy that we can design for this client to bring in more traffic to the website, which will lead into creating a bigger database of experience professional. So since we are in the digital marketing services, in this project we have, our scope of work was auditing the website content, from auditing the website when it comes to a content, SEO optimization, strategical placing a call to action, and also designing the individual pages within the website. Also not ignoring the visual elements on that website, and also configuring the content management SMEs. I'm not getting you guys bored with the details. However, the point I want to highlight it is the project was so attractive, so appealing to us as a startup at that time, because we could use every services that we advertise for and advertise it to our clients for this specific project. So don't get fooled by how sweet the deal is and how good it will suit you as a startup. Take it from me, and this video is actually for this. So when we looked at the project and the element of it was so exciting for us. It was like putting your hands in the cookie jar. Everything that you wish for when it comes to a project will excite you, will bring you can deploy your expertise and show your client that you can deliver really a good project for. So keep that, guys, in mind. So when we looked at this website content and the structure, we identify loads of areas causing them not to be suggested by search engine, not to have enough traffic at their website. The experience of both applicants and also the clients was not smooth, neither engaging. So that get us more excited. Why? Because every project we do the due diligence based on the business model, and we create the digital marketing strategy that match it. So we have for this project everything they need for this client to really double or even X time of visitors, X time of 10 times of the website visits, conversion rate. So it was really everything that we look at it for such a project like that as a startups. Reasons why, not only the financial part that we looked at it as a startup, because this type of project or this type of client, we could see the success of deploying of our strategies, when it comes to a new content or digital marketing strategies, can actually be measured, because we had the tools. We could see the path for this client really after deploying all the strategies and content and visuals onto his website. We can actually audit it and see the result. So that was one of the exciting part of it. The second one, the return base, and this is what some clients, they play it, or the card that they play it when being approached by a freelancer, approached by a startup, is that they will entice you that, look, this is not one-time project, this is a returnal project, and this is sometimes the way how they attract startups to really ignore the red flag, if you want to see. And this is where we'll come more into details in this video. The third one, it came through referral. And this is one of the biggest mistakes and huge red flags that every entrepreneur, every startup even freelancer should keep his eyes on. Because sometimes you will, because it came through a referral, came through a friend of yours, you will ignore a lot of red flag, and then you will start bending over for stuff that you don't accept it from a normal client. So we have we have done the auditing free of charge, which is normally we charge for it. But again, this is one of the mistakes that we have done. So we have done the auditing, which should be part of the project, and we did it without advance payment, because pleasing everybody. And we treated this project not as a client, but as a partner. And this is something that really startups shouldn't look at it, because it can burn you, and also it can cause you a lot of wasting resources of money, manpower, and financial. They said all the right things in the kickoff meeting. They said, we trust your processes, we are easy to work with, we are approachable when it comes to a feedback, we're easy, we have the time, we have the team who will help you to conduct this project and deliver it. And this is the carrot that they throw at us. This will be a long term. And me, as a new startup, I was hungry for business. I was hungry to put my stamp on the market, put my expertise in the market, show other people, show other clients that yes, we are a startup, but we got the expertise, we got the know-how to bring results for you. This mistakes is done by a lot of people who are since the startups. They will try to prove to their clients, to prove to the market that they can do a different delivery of the project when it comes to quality and quantity and deliverables. So many plans were drawn. Expansion of the team was on the horizon, and there was a lot of sweet spots that we can tackle it in this project. However, we ignored a lot of red flags, which we shouldn't. And this video is, by the way, is a testimony how brutal ignoring the red flag in your business and in your life. So never ever ignore the red flag, guys. One of the red flags in the beginning, it was on the stance of the project itself. There was no assigned project team, like a proper assigned project team. Then you know their email addresses, phone numbers that you can approach them. They claimed, the team who was part of the team, the project team at that moment, they claimed that they have the expertise, they have done complex project, and for them this is a tiny scale project. And this is another thing that we have not noticed at that time. They underestimated the complexity and the time constraint of delivering such a project and such a scope of work. So once the project have started, they start to fall behind in communication. And guys, in the digital marketing, not only in the digital marketing, in the small scale companies or startups, time is an essence. Time is the most valuable commodity you have it in the business. So when you have a client who's dragging you, just taking his sweet time to answer you, you need to put your you need to put your foot down and establish a new rules or walk away from the project. This is one of the major red flags that a lot of people, me one of them, had fallen on it and ignored it, and it really paid significantly in the lesson that I've learned it. So I wanted to say this because they have assigned a different team. The team that they have been assigned down the line of the project, they have no idea about the deliverables. They have no idea about the content that we are building. So it was a wasting of time to educating the new team that how we work, when we need the approvals and so on. And we should actually at that time put the project on hold until we establish the right consistent team that will be along with us. But again, we ignored it. Why? Because we focused on delivering results. We focused on pleasing everyone without focusing on our benefit on this project. So since our added value to this market was, and also to this specific project compared to others, is speed in delivering the content on time and the quality that we have agreed on. The second red flag, that once we have agreed on the project deliverables and the financial, it was pushed back and even sometimes ignored, saying, oh, don't worry, you will get paid on time. Let's start the project and we will visit the deliverables as soon as the project starts. We will approve everything on time. Don't worry, we will not waste your time. All this have been failed during the project. The third red flag was the payment. The payment structure was not being approved. Even the payment that we have received, it was tiny compared to the advance payment required. They always say, we don't have the budget, or we are waiting for funds to come, we will pay you on time. Don't worry about that. The assurance, like just empty promises all the way. And the problem is have been backed up by the person who referred this client to us. Just empty promises that you will get paid, just keep your focus on the project, deliver it, and you will get paid. And that was this was the third red flag that we have ignored. The fourth red flag, they used the connection through the referrals to postpone signing the contract and the agreement. Meantime, they kept pushing to start delivering the project. And that was a major red flag. I should have not ignored it, but again, people pleasing. Once you start such a complex project, to other people it might sound tiny or not complex, but trust me, when you start building a content, you will need people all the time to approve it or to give you the comments. So it's very complex because it cascades down to multiple avenues of the digital marketing, because all of it is linked together. I wanted to say, once you work in such a complex project, and especially came through a connection of yours, you need the contract to be signed first, along with the clear scope of work. Why? To save yourself man hours and finance. Our guest Lumi in her last episode in Abed podcast, go and watch it and see it. She mentioned about putting a legal protection for yourself and for your businesses, and how much it is essential nowadays, and whereas a lot of areas are gray in the businesses. The fifth red flag, they did not agree on a payment structure because they didn't sign the contract. Using the referred person again to pressure us, keep giving us promises that this project will be paid, don't worry, it's guaranteed, and so on. So I ignored all these red flags before coming after me. If you are in my situation, such a case like this at your beginning, you will do the same if you will not do the worse. But we learn. So I ignored at that time, we ignored all these red flags, like how they dodged the contract talks, how they said budget is tight, we will grow together, we will get you paid and so on. Fast forward, few days later, we start delivering some of the works because we need to get things done. At that stage, when we started to deliver the content, I didn't have the confidence on the client, neither the person who had referred this project to me, because all the red flags I ignored earlier, they became louder and louder and louder, that I could not ignore it anymore. I was not comfortable at that moment pushing forward the project, which is, to be honest, when I took that step, it saved me a lot of losing time and money. We put the project on hold. All the deliverables that we have delivered, we didn't deliver more than that. We have requests for multiple meetings stating that we would like to establish a new way of delivering the project, because we already delivered a significant amount of the project, of the deliverables at that time, on time, clear, sharp, approved. So as per the milestone. So on the third or the fourth milestone, if I can remember it right, we put on hold of the project. And we approached the client for payment, and we approached the client also to put a new team on place. We have also identified some of the loopholes on the project. We have highlighted that the contract needs to be signed and all of this, because some of the deliverables was vague. Look, guys, when you start with the content creation, a lot of, if your scope is not fixed, there is a lot of areas that it can drain you. It can push the time delivery of the project off the chart. Even it will consume you, and you will not be able to deliver value for your clients. So at that time, we put stop to the project, and we requested for the meeting, as I said, to finalize the contract, to finalize the delivers, to finalize the people who was following with us. But guess what? A new game started. The title of the game, the ghosting game. Whenever we requested for the payment, the only reply we used to get, oh, we will send it to you within 2 days. 2 days became weeks. Whenever I requested a finalizing meeting for the contract, they say, don't worry. Just a few tweaks here and there, and we will get it done. And then it becomes, can we just change this? One more thing, guys, this is happening and the project is live. All these changes they are asking for us to do it, it's in the middle of the project, not in the beginning of the project. They started to ask us for tweaking the contract itself, because we put the project on hold and we start pushing for payment. But they have this on their hand, like a trick under their sleeve. Some of them, they will say, oh, you know what, my partner wants to change this. So a 10-hour work, I'm spending 10 hours of work that will take only 2-3 hours. So continuous bleeding on time, resources, frustrations rose, and that was the last red flag. But not signing at the contract and the outcomes of the milestone outcomes was the biggest mistake. The final red flag I did not ignore, as I said, is that let's stop delivering, because we have delivered most of the stuff that they have asked us compared to the original time frame of the project. And then we sent that an email to them, and we said, we would like to continue with the project. However, please get us paid. Let's settle this down so we can move forward. And then what happened? Silence. We tried to follow up. No reply. We tried to contacting them through mobile phone or landline or even WhatsApp. No reply. Even I asked the person who referred this project to us to get in touch, get this project moving, get us paid on time, get us paid for the outstanding. He was answering us for a few days, then also he blocked us. All channels went dead. Then the shit hits the fan. They posted my work, my content that I created for them based on the best SEOs practices that people pays money for it and took us a lot of man hours. They have just posted it on their website with no credit to us, nor getting paid for that. And then when I saw that, immediately I sent them an email, and they replied back by saying, we decided to get another direction. Just like that. After all what I gave, I got this reply. Here is what hit me really hard. It was not their fault. It was mine. The way I approached this client and this project was the result how I was treated this way. By saying yes to everything, accepting to bend my rules to get this deal, because it came through referrals. By lowering my prices to get that deal as well, which is all startups, really they do these mistakes because again without embracing the abundance mindset. By not getting my boundaries from day one, I could hold my grounds and say no. We will not start this project until this contract is signed, until we receive our advance payment, until we get all the scope of work and milestone agreed. If I could do that without moving an inch in this project, I could save myself a lot of hassle. And this is one of the lessons that we have learned from this client and this project. I let my fear of losing this deal overcome my self-respect. It is the abundance mindset, as again I said, that I developed it because of this project. Every startup should have it. Every startup today, as an entrepreneur, you should embrace the abundance mindset, especially with dealing with project and clients. If you lose this client, there is hundreds and hundreds of clients out there. But if you just put this in your mind, oh, this project is the life or death of the business, then you're gonna fail. And this is exactly what we learned. Embracing the mindset is the way going forward to succeed in the business, especially with such a high competitive market. Have the abundance mindset, then you will find a client that really you will work with and have a prosperous business together. Keep that in mind, guys. So what I learned from all of this experience, I want to share it in this video with you guys. Embracing the mindset, embracing the abundance mindset will give you the clear vision how you navigate between clients and project, and it will put you in the best position to have the best fruitful project. The right client will respect more from you when you say no, more than you say yes for everything. Once you say no for a legitimate reason, your client will respect you because you have boundaries. You have a set of ethics that you work with and rules you work with. You are not willing to bend over for it, even if it's a business, even if it's a good, sweet deal. But the client will respect that. Again, abundance mindset. If you have that in mind, there is a lot of right clients for you out there. At the end of this episode, I know it's unusual setting, unusual place, unusual topic, but this episode is meant to say this. If you have been here in my position, if you have been felt that you have been burned, if you did not embrace the abandoned mindset before, you are not alone. And if you are about to say yes to someone who you feel off or a deal feels off, please Watch this video before and then decide for yourself. Next episode, I'm gonna tell you about a time where I fired a client in the middle of a deal or a middle of project, and we still got paid for the portion that we have done. Stay tuned, subscribe so you don't miss out, and I'll tell you guys, we are just starting. This content will be fire. Look forward to see you guys in the next episode.